Imagine you are in a difficult situation. An idea you have presented is strongly challenged, and your every instinct compels you to react, to defend your position, to act. But what if the wisest and most constructive course of action is to do nothing at all? In a world that prizes constant activity, the ancient Stoic philosophers knew a secret. They understood that in silence and in stillness, we do not surrender our will, we reclaim it. Let us explore together the Stoic art of intentional inaction and discover how choosing to do nothing can restore clarity, dignity, and inner serenity. We are living in an age of restless, unceasing action. Our culture often equates busyness with importance and regards stillness as a form of laziness. From the moment we awaken, we are met with digital notifications and overflowing schedules, all reinforcing a subtle but persistent pressure to be productive, to respond instantly, to hold an opinion on everything, to constantly be doing. This relentless drive can leave one feeling overwhelmed, drained, and paradoxically, without a true sense of agency. We send impulsive emails, enter into disagreements we might have otherwise avoided, and fill every spare moment with distractions, often because we have become uncomfortable with quiet. This obsession with constant action is not a sign of strength. The Stoics would have viewed it as a profound vulnerability. They understood that true strength comes not from frenetic reaction, but from deliberate, intentional non-action. It is the courage to pause when all else is rushed and to remain silent when all else is noise. We have forgotten that our energy is a finite and precious resource, and by expending it on reactions to externals, we risk forfeiting that which is truly our own, our inner peace. There is a way to reclaim this inner freedom. It is an ancient path, illuminated by thinkers who faced plague, exile, and political turmoil with an unshakable calm. This is the Stoic path of intentional inaction. This is not a philosophy of passivity or avoidance. It is a deliberate strategy for achieving mental and emotional self-mastery. In this video, we will explore 5 ways that doing absolutely nothing can restore your inner authority. This is not a call to become idle, but an invitation to become more strategic, composed, and inwardly steadfast. It is about learning that the strongest response is often the one that requires the most discipline, the response of stillness. So if you are ready to cease being moved by external events and begin to cultivate your inner world, we invite you to embark on this exploration. It is a commitment to yourself to reclaim your inner peace, not by doing more, but by doing less, with greater intention. First and foremost, choosing to do nothing restores our clarity of mind. When we are faced with a sudden challenge or a momentous decision, our first impulse is often emotional. The heart may race, the mind becomes agitated, and adrenaline floods the system, urging an immediate response. This is the well-known fight or flight instinct, and it is ill-suited to the complexities of modern life. To act from such a state is not to think. It is merely to react. The Stoic practice of pausing creates an essential space between an external trigger and our response. In that interval, the emotional turbulence begins to subside. The Roman philosopher Seneca understood this well. He taught that the greatest remedy for anger is delay. When you do nothing, you are not surrendering. You are affording your rational mind the opportunity to align with your initial instincts. You are allowing the agitated waters to settle so that you may see the situation as it truly is, not as your fear or anger would have you believe it to be. Modern science observes a similar phenomenon. When we pause, we activate what is known as the default mode network in the brain, a state associated with self-reflection and creative insight. By stepping back and doing nothing, you're not just calming down, you are engaging the very neural processes that facilitate complex problem-solving. How often has a solution appeared to us not in the heat of the moment, but in the quiet of a walk or a shower? This is the power of inaction at work. The Stoic emperor Marcus Aurelius wrote in his private journal, Meditations, If you seek tranquility, do less. Or more accurately, do what's essential, because most of what we do or say is not essential. Before acting, he would pose a simple question: is this necessary? By choosing inaction in a critical moment, you're asking yourself that same question. Is it necessary to reply to that provocative email right now? Is it essential to win this minor disagreement? More often than not, the answer is no. Inaction grants you the clarity to distinguish between what is essential and what is merely noise. The second power of doing nothing relates to the considered use of silence. In our noisy world, we sometimes mistake talkativeness for confidence. We may feel an anxious need to fill every conversational pause, to over-explain our position, or to prove our worth through a torrent of words. The Stoics, however, knew that true authority is often demonstrated not by what you say, but by what you choose not to say. When you remain silent during a tense negotiation or a disagreement, you create a space for reflection. It is human nature to wish to fill such a space. Others may become uncomfortable and continue to speak, revealing their deeper intentions, their assumptions, and their insecurities, all while you quietly observe and listen. Your silence becomes a mirror, inviting them to confront their own position without you uttering a word. This quality does not go unnoticed. Individuals who speak only when it is necessary are often perceived as possessing greater gravitas and a calm self-assurance. When they finally do speak, their words carry significant weight because they have not been diluted by nervous chatter. Consider the most respected people you know. They are seldom the loudest in the room. They possess a kind of presence that is felt even in their silence. Furthermore, silence invites contemplation. When someone challenges you and you meet them with a calm and unwavering quiet, it can be unexpected. They may anticipate a confrontation. When you do not provide one, their initial momentum has nowhere to go and often dissipates. They are left to wonder what you are thinking, what principles guide you. This uncertainty shifts the dynamic. You are no longer reacting to their terms. They are now invited to reflect in the space you have created. The Stoics taught that we have no obligation to explain ourselves to those committed to misunderstanding us. Our worth is not determined by external opinion. By refusing to engage in pointless debates, you affirm a powerful truth. My inner peace is more valuable than this argument. That kind of self-possession is magnetic. It demonstrates that your center of gravity is internal, not external. You remain grounded in yourself. The third power of doing nothing is its remarkable capacity to neutralize hostility. When confronted with anger or aggression, our natural impulse is to become defensive. Our ego feels threatened, and we prepare to retaliate. We meet fire with fire, and the result is often an escalation that harms everyone involved. The Stoic approach inverts this dynamic. As the philosopher Epictetus stated, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." An insult only has power if you accept its premise. An attack only lands if you consent to the idea that you have been harmed. Intentional inaction is the practice of simply withholding that consent. Imagine someone throwing a ball at you. If you tense up to catch it, you feel the full impact. If you throw it back, you have entered their game. But what if you simply step aside and allow the ball to pass by? The person who threw it is left with their own expended energy, their intended impact unrealized. Such is the effect of stillness in the face of hostility. When you refuse to react to a provocation, when you meet a raised voice with quiet calm and an accusation with a steady gaze, you are refusing to participate in the drama. Your lack of reaction is, in itself, a profound action. It denies the fire the oxygen it needs to burn. An aggressor is often seeking an emotional response, fear or anger. When you provide none, they are left without purchase. Their hostility has nothing to push against and often collapses under its own weight. This is not weakness. It is a sign of immense strength. It requires far more self-control to remain calm during a provocation than it does to lash out. your stillness communicates that you are unshakable, that your inner peace is not negotiable. You demonstrate that you operate from a higher ground of reason and self-mastery. This is the quiet power that can resolve a conflict before it truly begins. The fourth power of doing nothing is the conservation of your most valuable resource, your energy and focus. The Stoics understood that our capacity for rational thought and purposeful action is finite. Every unnecessary word, every pointless argument, every reaction to something outside of our control is a depletion of our vital energy. This leads to a core principle of Stoic practice, the dichotomy of control. Epictetus taught that some things are within our power and others are not. Within our power are our own thoughts, judgments, and actions. Outside of our power is almost everything else: the words of others, the state of the economy, the weather. The greatest source of our anxiety and frustration stems from wasting our finite energy attempting to control the uncontrollable. Intentional inaction is the living application of this principle. When you choose to do nothing in response to something you cannot change, you are acting wisely. You are refusing to expend your strength on matters that are indifferent to your efforts. Why exhaust your energy arguing with a stranger online? Why drain yourself with worry about something that may or may not happen tomorrow? Consider your attention as a resource to be invested with care. Many people spend it freely on trivial distractions and external events, leaving them mentally and spiritually depleted. The practitioner of Stoic inaction, however, invests their attention discerningly, only on that which can yield a return in wisdom, virtue, or peace. They allow the noise of the world to pass by, preserving their focus for what is truly essential. This conservation of inner resources builds true resilience. When a genuine crisis arises, the person who has squandered their energy on petty conflicts will feel overwhelmed. But the person who has practiced inaction, who possesses a deep reserve of mental and emotional fortitude, will face the challenge with a calm, clear, and focused mind. They have the strength to endure because they have not been weakened by 1,000 trivial engagements. Doing nothing is not laziness. It is the ultimate act of self-discipline. Finally, we must recognize that in our contemporary world, choosing to do nothing is an act of philosophical courage. Our society is built on the premise of more productivity, more speed, more communication. We often wear our exhaustion as a badge of honor and view a full calendar as a sign of a meaningful life. In this environment, to deliberately choose stillness is to move against a powerful cultural tide. It requires courage to resist the fear of missing out, the guilt of not appearing productive, and the judgment of a world that equates action with value. This is not the apathy for which Stoicism is sometimes mistaken. The Stoics were senators, generals, and leaders, deeply engaged in the world, but their actions were purposeful, originating from a place of inner calm, not anxious reactivity. The inaction we speak of is the courageous pause before the right action. It is the refusal to engage in performative busyness, activity designed merely to give the appearance of importance. It is the quiet confidence of knowing that our worth is not measured by the number of tasks we complete. Modern science is now observing the benefits of this approach. Taking intentional breaks and allowing for moments of quiet contemplation has been shown to spark creativity, as the mind continues to work on problems in the background. These quiet moments are also essential for our well-being, as they activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which lowers stress and counters the state of constant fight or flight. This is the biological foundation for the tranquility the Stoics sought. Therefore, we can practice this courage. We can begin by not immediately reaching for our phone upon waking, instead taking a few minutes to simply sit in silence. When we feel the urge to react to a comment, we might choose to take a walk instead. We can schedule do-nothing time into our calendars as if it were an important meeting. At first, this may feel unfamiliar. The mind may be restless, but with practice, we can discover a profound strength in this stillness. We may come to realize that by doing nothing, we are in fact doing something of incredible importance. We are reclaiming our own mind. We live in a world that often glorifies the storm, but the ancient philosophers taught us to find strength in the calm center of our being. The power to do nothing is not about passivity. It is about acting with purpose and wisdom. It is about the clarity that arises when the waters of emotion are still, the inner authority that is cultivated through silence, and the energy that is conserved for what truly matters. True strength is not found in making the most noise, but in possessing the wisdom to know when silence is the most eloquent expression. It is not the frantic rush to act, but the disciplined patience to await the right moment. By embracing the art of intentional inaction, we do not lose control, we affirm it. We cease to be a leaf blown about by the wind and become like the mountain that stands firm, witnessing the winds as they pass by. If this exploration of practical philosophy resonates with you, we invite you to continue your journey. New Acropolis is an international school of philosophy dedicated to bringing these timeless teachings to life. We offer courses and activities that explore the wisdom of civilizations from East and West, helping individuals to know themselves and improve the world. We invite you to share a reflection in the comments below. How does the concept of intentional stillness connect with your own search for a more meaningful life? Your insights can contribute to a larger dialogue. To learn more about our introductory program in practical philosophy, please visit our website or a New Acropolis Center near you. Thank you for joining us in this reflection.